Hey guys, Video Psych here. I actually think that my photo or my thumbnails actually look even better when I'm not smiling, to be frank. But anyway, this is Video Psych here. And I wanted to talk about what actually happened to me last year. And I'm sure that some of you guys would probably have this question anyway. So I figured why not talk about it. Now, this actually happened on, guess what, 4th of July. And I hope you guys had a good 4th of July yesterday. I actually, of course, had some fun myself, shot some fireworks, etc. But moving on from that. So, of course, last year I was, celebrating, 4th of July, shooting off fireworks. And I was, going to my parents' place, for my stepmother and everything. And I was going to shoot off fireworks with them, but something had come up, and so I had to come back all the way back here to my place here and shoot off fireworks here with some of the neighbors. Now, suddenly, out of the blue, or somebody came back to my house that I know, and they said that they, of course, came to my place, just to make sure that I was okay. It's like, all right, yeah, you want to shoot off fireworks with me? And they were just like, no, I just want to go into your place and, just make sure you're all right and not dying from fireworks. And I'm just like, are you sure? And he was just like, no. And, of course, this individual also knew that I had the love dolls like I did. And then as he was about to go in, I realized that my love dolls were still sitting out and weren't put up. But, at least they were covered and everything, they weren't naked or anything like that. So I was just like, okay, I'll just, since, there's like enough going on at the moment, and I didn't want to leave my fireworks out and other stuff outside that could have gotten stolen. And so I was just like, all right, whatever, I'll just, deal with putting them up later. And, of course, I had my fun with the fireworks. It took me at least, a couple hours to shoot off all the fireworks while this person I knew was in my place doing whatever. And, of course, as soon as I come in from shooting off all the fireworks and cleaning up after everything, getting everything picked up, I come back inside and, my real doll was over here in the living room with my TV, and of course they were also sitting right next to it. And my other TPE doll that I still used to have at the time was in my room, just laying on the bed, with clothes on, of course. And, the first thing I noticed was that the thing that was covering my doll, the real doll in the living room, was that it was moved. It was literally the first thing that I noticed when I came back in here and saw, my friend sitting on the couch watching TV and kind of sitting, on the other side of the couch. And when I noticed this, I didn't really say anything. But then, of course, I decided to check on my other TPE doll, which was in my room, just lying on the bed. And I noticed that, there's touch marks in the hair, and that's also the dress that she was wearing had also been moved, like somebody looked up her skirt. And which, of course, I knew that's what the case was, But of course, like I said, I didn't say anything. There's enough shit going on that night. It's too personal to talk about, but there was just enough shit going on that night, and so I didn't really say anything. Just too many personal things going on that night. And so I left it to the next day where when I called my friend and I sent them a message first, actually. I just said, hey, we had some fun together last night. I really did enjoy your company, but I did notice, and I told him that this was literally the first thing I saw when I came back into my house was that I know that you touched my love dolls. I know that you even touched them. I don't know how much you touched them, which is the part that makes me feel uncomfortable. But I know that you, at the very least, got curious and you took off the coverings off my real doll in the living room and took a look, probably at the very least, and then probably covered her back up, and then also kind of checked out the doll that was in my room, basically. And then, he was just all like, well, I mean, it was just sitting there. And I was just like, dude, like, then why'd you go to the one in my room and take a look as well? Because that one wasn't even in the living room. It's like, next time you touch my dolls, you need to ask. Now, if you're a little bit curious and you want to see them, that's okay, actually, but you need to ask. I mean, just in general, you need to ask people before you're touching their sex toys, or just anything like that. I mean, that's just sick, to just be touching people's things like that, especially when, man, I just don't know what my friend was thinking. Now, one time my brother, he got a little bit curious, and I was there though. I was actually there though. And all he did was he touched her in the forehead, and he was just like, I was just curious of what the material felt like. And he didn't necessarily ask me, but the thing is that I was there, and I knew that he was just curious. All he did was touch her in the forehead, which is a place where I never really touch, pretty much. And that was okay, actually, because I was there. I saw where my brother touched the doll. It was in a spot where I never touch, and it was okay. But if you're just touching people's stuff like that, love dolls, without their permission, it's kind of uncool. I mean, and just think, I mean, what if my friend did touch the doll in inappropriate places? That's the part that just makes me feel uncomfortable, is what if they did touch them because I wasn't even there to see it? You know what I mean? And, their germs are now on this doll, and I don't know where they're at, if you get my point. Because I noticed that both dolls had their hairs were touched and everything. And I'm just like, they were trying to kind of they were trying to change the topic on me as I was talking with them. But I just kept at it. Of course, when people try to change the subject on you after doing something, you need to keep at it. I told them, hey, I'm trying to be nice to you, man, but what you did was just very inappropriate. It is very inappropriate for somebody, even a friend, to just come up to my dolls and just do what they want with them without my permission. It is very inappropriate. These are my love dolls. I'm the one that uses them. They are my property. Now, of course, some people are going to be like, "Oh, these women are your property, huh?" Well, the thing is that these are love dolls, not actual women. So yes, they actually are my property. So in some cases, you could actually probably even go to court if somebody does this. In some cases, I'm sure that a lot of people probably wouldn't do that, so to speak. But you could actually, in some cases, probably do that. But again, just, as a precaution, I guess I would say, is if you have any friends and they're curious, just let them know, or, I mean, unless you're all right with it, I guess, or don't care about that kind of thing, to just let them know, hey, if you're at all curious about this thing, whether it's what they look like or what they feel like, just ask. And, let me see where you're touching this thing and everything. But, don't just touch people's things like that. That is just sick. I'm sorry. Man. But anyway, with that being said, I'll just end the video here. It's 10 minutes now, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.